Madam, I am extremely grateful to several honorable members of the House who have expressed themselves at length on this particular bill. Madam, the object of easing the buyback procedure is really to add to the liquidity in the market and also use some reserves of the company, which is a transfer of that corporate wealth for the benefit of the shareholders. Several questions have been raised. I'll try to deal with each one of them. The honorable member who spoke towards the end raised an issue from an article in the Business Line as to why within this statutory change a provision had not been made that stock exchanges are required to be intimated every time a buyback does take place. Madam, we are not adding or altering the whole scheme of buyback. Buybacks as a concept under the Indian Companies Act was introduced in the year 1999. Whatever are the requirements in relation to the buybacks, they do remain, except for one basic change which have been brought about, that is 10 out of those 25%, that is the maximum which is permitted, can be permitted by a resolution of the board rather than the original decision wherein it was required a special resolution of the AGM of the company. The requirement to intimate the stock exchange, even under the original law, was not a part of the Companies Act, but is a part of the listing agreements guidelines which have been issued by the SEBI. And those guidelines under which intimation has to be made, any decision of the company's board which alters the prices or alters the nature of the securities or the quantum of securities is a major decision by the board itself, and under the listing agreement guidelines of the SEBI is required to be necessarily informed to the stock exchange. That guideline remains unaltered and need not be substituted within the provisions of the Companies Act itself. Madam, a question has also been raised as to whether there is any kind of alteration in the concept of corporate democracy. In the scheme of the Indian Companies Act, there are several powers which are exercised by the board. There are several powers which are exercised by the AGM of the company. A board is a donee of the jurisdiction which the Companies Act confers upon it, or the jurisdiction which the AGM may decide to confer upon it. The fact that there are two different organs under the Companies Act which exercise respective powers does not in any way show that the corporate democracy in any manner is being altered. Quite to the contrary, when 10% of these powers are being exercised by the board, that's a power which now under the Companies Act itself is exercised by the board, just as several other acts are exercised by the board itself. There are several powers which are under the Companies Act jurisdiction of the board itself. That does not mean that the Companies Act corporate democracy in any way stands denuded. Mr. Sibal raised a very important question, whether this could be at some circumstances misused by a set of promoters for their own benefit or for the benefit of persons close to them. Let me just explain how this will really function. When a company decides to buy back either 10% under this change or 25% under the original law, the price at which it will buy back is not the price which the company decides as a predetermined price. The price varies from a day-to-day basis as far as the stock exchange is concerned. The price is decided by the market itself. A company may well start buying back. It may be able to buy 0.25% on one day, another 0.5% on another day, and as the purchases continue to increase, it is anticipated on reasonable market behavior that the price of shares, because of addition of liquidity to the stock market, as also the demand of that particular share being increased, the price can move up. Once the prices go up, Mr. Basu raised a question, what is your experience that why will this itself lead to an increase in prices? This itself, Mr. Basu is right, is not a complete answer to all problems which exist in the stock exchange. Several steps are required. And he's absolutely right when he says the credibility of the stock market operations in India has to increase and improve for the ordinary investor to have faith in that credibility and become an investor. But adding to the liquidity of the stock market, converting certain reserves into the liquidity process in the market, creating a demand for the shares of respective companies, and once there is a demand for a large number of companies, because a large number of companies may go in for a buyback. You asked a question, how many companies have done it in the past? I tried to check up under the 1999 change law. After October 20. I'll answer the question. A total amount of 1,467 crores by a buyback process was added to the liquidity of the market after the 1999 buyback changes. After October 23rd, let me give you two figures. The values on the stock exchange, and again I am saying, values are not determined on the stock exchange by one factor alone. Sentiments do make a difference. Future potentials make a difference. Steps taken by the government may make a difference. Improved prospects of a quarter may actually make a difference. Performance may make a difference. FII investments may make a difference. There are several factors which add to it. On both counts, I found out, we have so far, through this intimation by the disclosure scheme, received intimation that under the new ordinance, already 3 companies have intimated to the stock exchanges that they have decided to utilize it for the purposes of buybacks.
They have not done the buyback yet.
So the buyback process will start once it...
In other words, after October 23rd till date, there is no buyback yet by any
The
company.
process starts.
I'm only
The
asking
process
a fact.
starts. Very well. The process starts. Whether the buybacks have started or not, but we have intimation of resolutions.
I'm sorry.
We have intimation of board resolutions of 3 companies
Mr.
so far.
Minister, in your original statement, you made a solemn statement on the floor of the House that already, because of buybacks, you think that the share prices have gone up.
May
Which is why I asked the question.
Mr. Sibal,
So it's now clear that there has been no buyback after October
Well,
20th.
allow me to complete. A buyback process under the original special resolution process has been going on. I've given the figures. Under the new change, 3 companies have already availed of it. We have intimation of the board resolutions. On account of several factors, and this is one of those factors, from 23rd October till date, the percentage change in the value, in the Sensex figures itself, there has been a noticeable improvement. The figures are also before us.
I think again you are getting the facts wrong. Facts wrong because
Let him complete.
let him say, no, he is giving certain no quarrel. I am just pointing out. Look, one is that see the contribution of this new ordinance is minuscule in this whole thing because the share market had come to its rock bottom. I mean, it could not further go down, and that 1,400 crores, the figure you are getting. It is also totally insignificant in terms of the total amount of the loss that has taken place in terms of market capitalization. It is also insignificant as compared to the amount of liquidity that was artificially generated by the brokers, sometimes in nexus with some of these promoters at the time when the market boomed.
Madam, just give me a minute. In fact, our inquiries have in fact revealed that in the past, and the minister is right, the price will be determined by the market. In the past, what has been happening is that companies have been using certain institutions, I won't take their names, and certain entities to jack up the price of a particular script so that when the price is high, they can purchase those scripts to benefit themselves and buys those very scripts when the price goes lower weekends. So the point that I am making to the Honorable Minister is that this is precisely why we are subjecting this bill to the caveat that we have placed before you, namely that this is going to be used by promoters for the benefit of their members of the family and to their associates.
महंगा होगा तो क्यों खरीदेंगे? सस्ता होगा तब
क्योंकि
खरीदेंगे ना।
कैश रिजर्व से अपने आप को पैसा देंगे। सिंपल, आपके पास 30% अगर स्टॉक है अपनी फैमिली मेंबर्स या आपके एसोसिएट्स का, तो उसको हाइक करके कैश रिजर्व्स कंपनी से उनको पैसा दे देंगे और वही शेयर फिर जाके मार्केट में जब दाम सस्ता हो जाएगा सस्ता खरीद लेंगे। ये तो साफ जाहिर है और ये होता रहा है। दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ द रीजन ऑफ द स्टॉक मार्केट स्कैम।
ये मंत्री जी
Madam, may I elaborate?
मंत्री जी
Let
में
us-
हंस रहे हैं इसीलिए।
Let me elaborate because the illustration quite is not as explicit to be.
अच्छा सुझाव क्या है? आप सुझाव दो।
एक मिनट, गौतम साहब।
आप बताओ।
Madam, the buyback
Let me hear.
the buyback adds to the liquidity of the market. The buyback generates demand for the shares of a particular company which is being subjected to a buyback. The buyback benefits the values in terms of all shareholders of the company. Here you have a company which has large amount of reserves. The price is quoted at a price even lesser than the reserve as the balance sheet price. The shareholders have no option but to sell it at the depleted price, at the depressed price. Once the company indulging in a buyback starts buying and generating the demand, These shareholders have an option to sell, the prices move up. It benefits the shareholders who are going to sell. The shareholders who are not going to sell and who have a capacity to hold on, the corresponding value of their shares also increases because the shareholding base of the company gets contracted, gets reduced to the extent of the buyback. So this kind of an illustration that promoters will start selling their shares, the tendency of the promoters, it's a well-known fact, the general tendency of the promoters is not to sell but to consolidate their holdings. Promoters remain in control by consolidating their holdings, not selling their shares in the market and reducing their holdings. So this kind of an illustration which Mr. Sibal mentions, in a hypothetical case, if it is possible, it may be some promoter who's defying the normal market logic. This actually goes to the benefit. This normally, promoters consolidate their holdings.
The promoters will manipulate the market. It is
Well, promoters manipulate the market, the promoters will be taken to task for that.
If you
Let him complete
The
his
promoters
answer.
who manipulate the market will be.
Why Mr. Nariman, the honorable member, suggested bills of this nature should not be introduced the ordinance route, because we need a thorough discussion of bills of
Because
this
we are
nature.
having a discussion on
But
this.
this is no way, because you
We
need
are
to
having a
send it
discussion
to
on
the
this.
standing committee.
We are having a
What kind of-
discussion on
this is the problem.
Therefore, madam, the normal principle behind a buyback is that buyback not only adds to liquidity but creates a demand. It raises the prices of the shares, and small investors of a company who otherwise had no option but to sell at the depressed prices today have a better option. Shareholders across, whether they want to sell, they want to hold on, are going to universally benefit once the market sentiment itself improves. And the fact of the matter is, amongst various factors in the last few weeks which have contributed to a somewhat improved market sentiment, this certainly has been a step in that direction. Mr. Nariman, madam, made a very valuable observation with regard to ordinances. I completely agree with him that the normal rule being ordinances are not to be resorted to, particularly when subject matters are of such a nature that they can always await when the parliament assembles and they can be taken up in parliament. The government is very conscious of this, and I can tell him that every time a suggestion for an ordinance comes, one of the first questions we address ourselves, can it not wait for the next session of parliament, or is it so urgent that it must actually take place before the parliament is ready to assemble? Here is a situation where the market sentiment, which since the month of March this year was already depressed, March this year, please. March this year, because the Sensex value was over 4,500, around 4,200 during that period. Market sentiment, which was depressed since 15th of March, particularly this year, after 11th September, world over, steps were being taken when the markets went down. Several steps were required to be taken to improve the market sentiment, and therefore this was a matter which required to be dealt with, and that is why the government overcame this initial view that we have that normally we try and issue ordinances, that we did issue this ordinance in the middle of October this year so that the market sentiment itself could be somewhat responded to, and that in some measure or the other has responded to the market sentiment having improved. The market at one stage was as low as 2,600. Even when the ordinance was issued, it was less than 3,000. The market sentiment since that period of time has to some extent improved. Madam, with these observations, I commend to the Honourable House that our experience of this ordinance has been that this is going to help the market and therefore help the small investor. The House gives its approval to this particular bill.
This itself is a scam. If the minister doesn't respond to this fact that the promoters can transfer the wealth which is with the companies into their personal pockets via this mechanism, and the government is helping this scam. Someday, all this is going to boomerang on this nation. We have been trying to do something like this for last several years. First time when the government decided that the public sector corporations should go into the market, buy the shares, and we had Harshad Mehta scam. Thereafter, continuously, we have seen number of occasions on which the government is trying to bring in regulations which is going to affect the market in the manner we will totally destroy our capital market and our capital structure and the capital formation process. This is a warning, and I think the government should respond.
And madam, I think factually also.
Now I have to put the,
Let us bring this into record.
But you
that
have
between
opposed
March
it.
2000 and March 2001, the Sensex shed 1,000 index points. And it is not just after the presentation of the budget that it happened. It was happening for one, so the market sentiments argument that I think this is totally misplaced. The argument is totally misplaced.
1999 amendment.
1,000 points the market lost during 1 year.
Now the whole,
You are trying to confuse us. You are trying to confuse us. But the fact is,
There is a procedural law, madam. You have a buyback system operating since 1999. There is a simplification of procedure, and some honorable member, I would request him to be slightly careful about
facilitate
his
the corporate-
phraseology to say a simplification of a procedure is a
Facilitate the
scam.
corporate promoters. To